Hi everyone, Velvet here, and in this one, OP's brother steals her wedding ring. Let's get to it. Our first story comes from Positive Purple 48-7. Am I the beehole for giving my late husband's estate to a stranger instead of our kids? I, a 55-year-old female, have been married to my husband, a 60-year-old male, for 20 years, before he died. It was cancer. He had two kids from a past marriage, who were in their late teens when he married me. I tried to treat my stepchildren as my own, but they never accepted me. They were very rude and insulted me whenever they could. Since I did not work, they called me a gold digger who married their dad for only his money. The truth was my grandparents were quite wealthy and left me a lot of money when they died. I lived well below my means and chose to stay home and raise my daughter, since I could afford that. I didn't need his money at all, but I didn't bother sharing this with his kids, and told him not to either. I did not want them to like me just because they might gain monetarily from me. My husband, on the other hand, hated how they behaved with me. Their blatant disrespect made him not pay for their college tuition. Their mom couldn't pay for it, and I had to take out loans for it. They didn't even talk to him. Even when he got cancer, they refused to come see him. For 3 years, we struggled with the treatment. My daughter came to visit from time to time, when she could. During this time, only one person who really helped both of us was someone we were not related to at all. This girl was in her late 20s and waitress at a cafe we frequented. She was a single mom taking classes at the community college at night, working during the day to raise her two kids. She took a liking to us, and when she learned my husband was sick, spent whatever time she could visiting him. She stayed nights at the hospital when I needed a break, basically been the daughter we had wished for. When he left this world, she helped me arrange the funeral. His kids came on the day, and all they wanted to know was about their inheritance. I felt sick. When I learned my husband had left his estate to me, whatever is left after settling his bills, and it was around $25,000. I decided to give it to the girl who helped us both so much. She tried to refuse, but I insisted she take it. She needed it, and my opinion deserved it, more than the ungrateful children. My daughter understands why I did not give it to his children, but is still upset that I did not give anything to her. I told her she already had money and a job, not to mention she'll get my inheritance. This was in no way her money. But his ex-wife and kids are causing havoc over this and really upset with me. They called me the beehole for giving away money they deserve. Am I the beehole? No, you are not the beehole. They weren't there for their father in his time of need, and he gave that money to you. That is your money to do with. I do kind of get where your daughter's coming from. Sounds like she's been there for him too, or tried to be there for him. Maybe she'd gave her a little bit of something there, but no, I believe you're doing the right thing, and I believe in helping the ones who help us. So no, you're not the beehole. Our next story comes from Pastel Clouds 808. Am I the beehole for telling one of my daughter's classmates' moms to F off about what I put in my daughter's lunch? For some context before the story, I, a 38 female, cook Asian foods regularly for my dinner and for my daughter, Lily, 7 females' lunches at school. This is because my family enjoys these foods. I like to cook these foods, and my mom cooked a bunch of these foods growing up since she's half Japanese. Oftentimes, I'll either give my daughter some leftovers from last night's dinner, plus a fruit/veggie and a snack, or I'll make her a quick little bento box or some other thing really quick. So, after school one day, my daughter wanted to play on the playground for a bit before we went home. I said she could play for a few minutes, and she ran off to play. I was waiting next to this other parent who we'd call Deborah. While I was waiting, Deborah came up to me. Deborah says, "Are you Lily's mother?" Me? "Oh, yeah, I am. Why?" Deborah. "Well, your daughter's lunches have been bothering my son, and I would like to ask you to pack something else." Me. "What? How are they bothering him?" She then proceeded to start talking about how her son was complaining about my daughter's lunches smelling terrible, and he thought it was disgusting. She also said that her son didn't eat most of his lunch because he was so grossed out. Me. "Okay, I understand your son doesn't like the smell, but can't he just sit somewhere else?" Deborah. "Are you kidding me? My son shouldn't have to put up with whatever crap your daughter brings to this school. It's disgusting." And she started making more vaguely racist complaints, but I was fed up at this point. Me. "Listen, I understand you and your son might not like my daughter's food, but he can very easily just not sit next to her. I'm not changing whatever's in my daughter's lunches because you and your kid don't want to exist near Asian food. Now F off. She angrily stomped off with her kid. Then my daughter finally finished playing. Soon after, we went home. I talked to my husband about it, and he said maybe I shouldn't have told her to F off to avoid her bothering us in the future. Am I the beehole? No, no, you're not the beehole. This is a very easy one to fix. Heck, you even gave the fix. Just have her child not sit next to your child. Problem solved. And yeah, I can see where your husband is coming from because I've heard some crazy Karens hunting people down and stalking them at their house and destroying their properties, so that could come into play, but no, no, you are not the beehole. And our third and final story comes from Throwaway New Ring. Am I the beehole for forcing my brother to buy me a new engagement ring? I'm a 26-year-old male proposing to my girlfriend, 24 female, on our 4th anniversary, September the 30th. I've been planning this for about a month, and I picked up the ring a couple weeks ago. Then I got one that was on sale, so I managed to get it at a surprisingly low price. Last weekend, I told my brother, 33 male, about my plans and showed him the ring. He informed me that he was proposing to his girlfriend, 29 female, as well. The next day, my brother came to my apartment while my girlfriend was out. He asked me if he could borrow my ring to propose to his girlfriend. I thought he was joking at first, but no. His plan was to propose to his girlfriend, explain he was using my ring as a placeholder, and then take her to pick her own ring later. His reasoning was that he didn't want to spend too much money right away in case she didn't say yes. I'd never heard of placeholder rings, so I said no and the conversation moved on. On Tuesday, he proposed to his girlfriend with my ring. He had taken it before leaving my apartment. I got distracted at work and didn't notice it was gone until his fiancée sent a picture of herself wearing the ring to our family group chat. I called him to ask about the ring, and he immediately apologized and said he'd keep his promise and give it back to me. But at this point, my girlfriend had seen it and his fiancée had posted about it on social media, so it was pointless for me to propose using the same ring. We fought about it, and he confessed that while he had told his fiancée the ring was a placeholder, he didn't tell her where he had gotten it from. I felt more angry and betrayed about him going behind my back and taking the ring after I said no than the fact that he stole it. I also know his fiancée enough to know that she won't like to learn that her engagement ring had been stolen from me, so I told my brother I'd tell her the truth if he didn't buy me a new engagement ring. He fought against it for a few hours, but finally gave up and agreed. We went to a different jewelry store yesterday, and I picked up a new ring. I managed to stay in the price range, but the new one was still $100 more expensive. My brother bought the ring, but still is accusing me of being inconsiderate and childish. He's insistent he would have given me the ring back had I given him the opportunity, and I didn't need to threaten him to spend so much money on him. Now he's refusing to talk to me. I don't know how to feel about this anymore. Usually I talk to my brother about these things. It's surreal that he's the one I'm fighting. I can't tell my fiancé, and many of our friends overlap. The only other person who knows about this is our mom, who's divided. She thinks what my brother did was wrong, and I'm right to be pissed at him, but I didn't have to stoop so low as I did by threatening his relationship. Am I the beehole? No, OP, you are not the beehole. Your brother is a thief who stole your ring from you. And yeah, he's ruined the ring. Even if you got back that same ring and gave it to the person you're engaged with, it's gonna be awkward and it's gonna kill a lot of the fun and the joy because someone got their gift, well not their ring, and is showing it on social media, and it's gonna feel like they got the leftovers. I'd be pretty mad too. I would. I really don't care about rings and stuff like that, but I can get why someone would be mad because that's supposed to be their ring, and someone's over there showing it off. And your mom is kind of low key the beehole too because well, let me see what the story says. I'm right to be pissed at him, but I didn't have to stoop. Oh, that you didn't have to stoop so low. I am so sick of this be the bigger man or take the high road crap while people are over there, slinging mud in your face. No, get dirty, get down in the dirt. Because like you said in your story, there's no way he probably was not going to give you back that ring. And I'm surprised you even got him to pay for a new one. And yes, that is the consequences of his own actions for stealing your ring. He has to come up off the money to pay for the ring. And honestly, even though he's blood and he's your brother, I wouldn't trust him going forward. I know I wouldn't trust mine if he did something like that to me. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Can you please like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video? It really will help the channel grow. Velvet out.